uh, I want to classify the stateless community into an existing one using an approach of what we call non-parametric, the non-parametric approach. Non-parametric approach in statistics means that you don't assume that a distribution exists. You don't assume that that data is taking particular distribution, but you'd want to use the data to come up with a distribution. So then you come up with the recommendation that if you cannot give these guys their status as a tribe, as a recognized tribe, then their issues my study, that I started by looking at the recommendations as given by UNHCR, then picked one of them and moved with it. I'm serving the government in this position as the CEO in a statistical body, and what I've done is also in statistics. So it is still useful in my day-to-day activities. Yeah. Then, of course, one would be quick to say that you can go teach at the university. I can tell you, as it is today, that is not an option, because time would not allow me to run around. I would really want to give my maximum input to the Bureau. Jomo Kenyatta is a well-established university. The most important thing is about the academy. When it comes to supervision, you work very closely with your supervisors. You are guided on the work to do, you do it, submit, and you have the comments given back to you, and a discussion will follow. That element of close working relationship between students and the supervisor, that has been very good. There is now Dr. Festus Were, whom
My name is Professor Victoria Wambui Ngumi, the Vice Chancellor, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT. Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology stands as a beacon of academic excellence within our region, embodying a commitment to innovative training and groundbreaking research. Our dedication has resulted in the cultivation of skilled and proficient graduates poised to positively impact various sectors of our economy. The continuous strides made by thousands of JKUAT graduates globally underscore their meaningful contribution in showcasing the university's unwavering commitment to nurture and foster impactful leaders. At the heart of our success lies a modernized educational framework supported by cutting-edge research facilities. This, coupled with diverse and globally attuned student body and a team of highly qualified faculty, uniquely positions JKUAT in advancing the country's and regional development agenda. This graduation marks a significant milestone as we celebrate over 4,000 graduates in various disciplines. Collectively, our institution will have empowered close to 9,000 graduates this calendar year across diverse academic disciplines. To all the graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes in your future endeavors. I warmly invite the public to join us live on all our social media platforms on Friday, December 1, 2023, as we celebrate our 41st JK UAT graduation ceremony, commencing at 8 a.m. Karibuni sana.
JKUAT, setting trends in higher education, research, innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship.
My name is Professor Victoria Wambui Ngomi, the Vice Chancellor, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture.
I graduated from JKUAT from Mechatronics Engineering, currently working as a General Manager of Tala Kenya. So Tala is the largest digital credit provider in Kenya right now, having served about 3.5 million Kenyans and disbursed a little over 300 billion shillings in Kenya. We continue to be very mission driven, and our goal is to actually democratize access to credit. And moving into next year, we're very, very focused on actually just democratizing access to financial services. So please look into our app, look into the product. We want to make sure, even if it's not credit that you need, there's a lot of content in our Learn Center just around personal finance. And moving into next year, we should be able to transact and save and invest through the Tala app. As an engineering student, I probably spent the largest amount of time at JKUAT, probably only defeated by architecture students, but it was about 5 years at JKUAT, which was an amazing experience for me. I think of it as where my love for tech was built, and even where my skill base around tech was built, which has really defined a lot of where I am in my career today. Here I'll do a quick plug for JKUAT Tech Expo. I think that was my true introduction into the tech ecosystem in Kenya. I was luckily part of the JKUAT Tech Expo committee. I think it was almost for 2 years, which is a huge blessing for me for my life at JKUAT. I think in addition to being an engineering student, it really helped me to understand how you can monetize and commercialize tech, and actually how to build, use the engineering skills to build product that people want and people need, essentially. So that is, what has defined my career to date, and I continue to be very grateful. I'll just mention at the time this meant a lot, but I remember the first time we had a chief guest for JKUAT Tech Expo and actually got, guests or rather judges who are actual people within the tech ecosystem. I think that for me was a big one. In addition to that, I like to think of my final project at JKUAT. It didn't go too well, suffice to say, but at the time we were trying to build one of the first, one of the first submarines, rather, within East Africa. At least it floated for a few minutes before it didn't work. But I think that for me was just a really, really powerful experiment and test. JKUAT is a home of tech. In my very biased opinion, I would say it is a home.
We're being supervised together. Then there is the
100%. If I'm, at least I'm hoping I'm a good example of what can come out of JKUAT, but I would definitely recommend, JKUAT to any student who's considering. Of course, as you can tell from this conversation, I am very biased around tech, but I do believe that if anyone is keen to build an expertise in tech, then essentially JKUAT is a place to be. So number one, congratulations to the graduating class. You're definitely coming into a tougher economic situation, but stay focused on the goal, stay focused on your visions. So make sure that you're very clear on the type of problem you want to solve beyond just graduating and having your degree. I think for me, I found that having something I cared about deeply was super important, in addition to just having my certificate. Then to the students who are still at JKUAT, the advice I always give to everyone is do more beyond class. Join some clubs. I was part of ISEC, JKUAT Tech Expo and different, clubs and communities. Take time to do more beyond the class, because that is actually how you get to find out what you care about, and it also builds your skill beyond just the business as usual pieces of learning.
JKUAT, setting trends in higher education.
Yeah, my name is McDonald Jojo Budo. I work at the National Bureau of Statistics as the Director General. My history is funny because I've done 3 degrees now, and all of them are coming from the same university. I joined Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology way back in 1990. By then it was Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture. It was Jomo Kenyatta University College of Agriculture and Technology, which was a constituent college of Kenyatta University. The first group that was ahead of us actually graduated from KU, but I happened now to be in the group that were the first to graduate on the soil of Jomo Kenyatta as degree holders. The charter had been given in 94, and so in come December 1994, we were the first one now to graduate there. So I can happily say that I was in the list of the first graduates of the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. From 1990 to 1993, I did my first degree, which was in mathematics and computer science, Bachelor of Science in Maths and Computer Science. And within it, of course, for maths at the time, they were broken down into 3. There was the pure maths, applied maths, and statistics. So most of my units were in statistics and just a bit of applied maths. And then, of course, the units on computer science. So having completed the course in 1993 December, it took a year to organize for graduation, So I graduated in December of the following year, that is now 1994. 1995, I got engaged by the then Central Bureau of Statistics. I stayed there for quite some time, changing roles within my workplace. And then 2003, I decided to go for the master's degree. It was now purely in statistics. So I was able to do master's in applied statistics and narrowed it down to sampling when it came to the project. So I came out as a sampling statistician. With the master's certificate, I was able to get even a promotion in between, and then come to 2009, the Bureau had already been restructured. So there were positions that were available. One of them was a position that was dealing with sampling, cartography, and field services. So I applied for it. And on the basis of my degree, I happened to have gotten the chance to be a senior manager in charge of sampling, cartography, and field services. So then I continued like that. I did not go for PhD immediately until much later in 2016. I was still just interested in the line of statistics, because then it is also relevant to where I work. So we presented a proposal there. I think we were 3 of us. All the 3 were admitted. I'm happy that We are going to graduate with one of them yes, after that period. You know, at times it is very good to deal with the practical problem. And you know, being that I'm in the field of statistics, you'd look at it and see where gaps are. Then I looked at what we had in 2019. There are different types of displaced population, and one of them is the stateless persons. Now, what does it mean to be stateless? It means you cannot get an ID. And if you are not able to get an ID, then you cannot even do financial transaction. Even owning a SIM card is a problem because you need your ID to register for it. It means you cannot be employed. We are in the era where birth certificate is required. So you are giving birth to children, but then they are not recognized anywhere. They are given birth notification, but they cannot be registered. They cannot get the birth certificate. And so I was looking at this group as a very vulnerable one. I followed up the element of integration, that if you are to integrate them as recommended by UNHCR, what do you need to do? And so in 2016, I took a community, and that was the Pemba community. So in my study, I was now looking at and actually the title of my thesis is classification of stateless communities using robust non-parametric kernel discriminant function. What it means is that I want to classify the stateless community into an existing one using an approach of what we call non-parametric, the non-parametric approach. Non-parametric approach in statistics means that you don't assume that a distribution exists. You don't assume that that data is taking particular distribution, but you'd want to use the data to come up with a distribution. So then you come up with the recommendation that if you cannot give these guys their status as a tribe, as a recognized tribe, then their issues can be dealt with under a certain tribe. Yeah. So that now formed the basis of my study. That I started by looking at the recommendations as given by UNHCR, then picked one of them and moved with it. I'm serving the government in this position as the CEO in a statistical body. And what I've done is also in statistics. So it is still useful in my day-to-day activities. Yeah. Then, of course, one would be quick to say that you can go teach at the university. I can tell you, as it is today, that is not an option, because time would not allow me to run around. I would really want to give my maximum input to the Bureau. Jomo Kenyatta is a well-established university. The most important thing is about the academic. When it comes to supervision, you work very closely with your supervisors. You are guided on the work to do, you do it, submit, and you have the comments given back to you, and a discussion will follow. That element of close working relationship between students and the supervisor, that has been very good. There is now Dr. Festus Were, whom we are being supervised together. Then there is the Dr. Okugu, who is also going to graduate. I really feel happy for all of them. It has been a journey, and especially when you think of going to do the presentation. There are 4 presentations to be done over time. That is a moment that is normally very hard to prepare for. My message of goodwill to my colleagues who are going to graduate is to really wish them well and utilize the degree that they are going to get in a proper manner to build this country. This country requires people who can take it to another level, and it is through the skills that we acquire in school that would really help us take the country to another level.
JKUAT, setting trends in higher education, research, innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship.
We are planning to build all over the country, start with the 47 counties. As far as conservation is concerned, I've conserved a forestry where I'm training in Kaptagat, about 130 acres, plant over 40,000 indigenous trees. Our thinking also is to go all over the country to have forests, plant trees, and make Kenya green. I think JKUAT is a great university. Silent, but it produces a lot, and that's what's needed. It's not actually being hyped in everywhere, but all in all is that it's a silent, but it produces actually the real people who are getting education. It means a lot to me. It's an honor to what I've been doing behind the scenes. It's a real award for what I'm actually doing to the human family, especially in far as giving motivation, giving hope to the general public. And hope is what makes us to prosper, wake up and work every day. To the graduating class of 2023, I want to tell them that you have got education which rejuvenates. Use that rejuvenation actually to inspire, to innovate, above all, respect the humanity.
JKUAT, setting trends in higher education, research, innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship.